Hey guys, Vanna Banana here. This is my first YouTube video. Um, I thought I'd try making YouTube videos, so let's see how this goes. Sorry if the picture quality is very bad. I'm using my phone, not like a fancy camera, because I'm a poor college student and I have other things to pay for, like textbooks and fixing my car. So that's why. Um, So yeah, I don't know if you can hear the rain or not, but it is glorious. I live in New Mexico and it's a desert, so we don't get a lot of rain. So I'm really happy that we're getting rain right now. It's like hallelujah. But anyways, I didn't know what to make a YouTube video of, so I'm just gonna talk about this movie I really like called Sweeney Todd. It's a Tim Burton film. It's a musical. It's rated R and very bloody, so if you're younger, you should not watch that. And so the main actors are Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter, and another famous main actor, I guess, is Alan Rickman. And yeah, rest in peace, Alan Rickman. It was very sad losing him, and it's like Snape, why? But anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna summarize the film. If you don't want to hear that and you want to watch it for yourself, you can just skip ahead. Anyways, so it's about this barber named Benjamin Barker and his wife Lucy. He's with this woman Lucy, which is his wife. Yeah. Anyways, and they have a daughter Joanna, and this judge, Judge Turpin, who's played by Alan Rickman, sees Benjamin Barker's wife, Lucy, and is like, wow, that woman's beautiful. I want her for myself. So, since he is a judge, he has the power to drag Benjamin Barker, who is also Sweeney Todd, to prison to get him out of the picture so that he can have a better chance of getting with his wife, Lucy. And that's what he does. And so while Benjamin Barker is in prison, he basically rapes Lucy and takes Joanna as his daughter and raises him for as his own. And so Benjamin Barker actually escapes from prison and goes back to London, where this is all taking place. And he goes back to the place where he used to live. And there he meets this woman, Mrs. Lovett, who owns a meat pie shop, which is underneath the place where he used to live. It was kind of like an apartment duplex thing. And her business is going out because she sells meat pies, and meat is very expensive, and so she's very poor. And they just start talking, and she tells him that she knows him from before and his wife. And she tells him what happened when he was gone, that his wife was raped, and that his wife actually poisoned herself, and that the judge has his daughter, and blah, blah, blah. And so, he's very, very angry and wants revenge, of course. And he's basically like, I'm going to kill this judge guy. And she's like, oh, well, okay, well, I really like you and I want to be your friend, so I'll help you. So anyways, that happens. And then what happens next is that, he's trying to reestablish his business, try to bring in a little more money. And so they go to his competition, which is this Italian guy in this like wagon barber shop thing in like the middle of town. And they basically have this contest of like who's the better barber, and Sweeney Todd wins because he's amazing. And so with he does that, and the Italian is very angry at him, and goes to his shop later on and is basically blackmailing him because he knows him from before, and is saying that he will tell the judge that he is here, because if the judge finds out, he's just going to drag him back to prison, and he obviously does not want that. So he kills him, and Mrs. Lovett finds out, and she's like, what are we going to do with the body? And he's like, well, well, just go out and bury it at night. She's like, I have a better idea. Let's just, you know, my business is like kind of sinking. Why don't we just take his body and use him for meat for my meat pies? So that's what happens, and her business actually flourishes, and it's very morbid and bad. So that just keeps on happening, and you know, the whole movie is just about you know, Sweeney Todd trying to get his revenge and save his daughter, because the judge kind of keeps Joanna a prisoner in her own house and spies on her, and it's very creepy, and he actually decides to like try to marry her later on. And so yeah, it's not a typical father-daughter relationship, I would say. And so I just want to talk about like this unpopular opinion I have of the movie. And everyone's gonna think I'm crazy, but everyone thinks that Sweeney Todd is the villain since he's like killing people. All the customers for meat for Mrs. Lovett's meat pies, but I actually think Mrs. Lovett is more of a traditional villain than he is. And one of the examples is, like I just mentioned, is that she's the one that came up with the idea of, hey, let's use bodies for meat, and he kind of encourages him to kill more people, and I don't think he would have tried to kill more people unless he absolutely had to, or, you know, absolutely wanted to, like the judge, if she didn't encourage him. So, yeah. And then another thing, while he's killing people, he just slits their throat, and then she basically deals with the rest to put them in her meat pies. And I'm sorry, but I think it's a lot easier to just like slit someone's throat than, you know, actually chop up their bodies and grind them up. So, yeah. And another thing is that Sweeney Todd has been in prison for years, probably going through so many horrible things on a charge, like, for something that he didn't even do. And she basically, she didn't go through that, so why is she kind of, you know, messed up like that? You know, it's kind of strange. I have notes. Let me look at them. Well, another thing I like to point out is that she thinks it's okay to kill people if they're gonna benefit you yourself. That's a very selfish thing. But, you know, there's the scene where Sweeney Todd kills the Italian guy, and she's like, you just killed him? Like, in cold blood? Oh my god, like, why did you do that? He was basically saying, oh, well, he was blackmailing me. And she's like, oh, well, that's okay then. So, I mean, it should not be okay. And that's kind of like the whole reason why she lied. Yeah, that's another thing. She actually lied about Sweeney Todd's wife, like, being dead by poisoning herself, because she did tell him that she poisoned herself, but that she kind of made it seem like she was dead, but she's not. And maybe this whole killing thing and revenge thing might have not happened if she just told him, hey, she's alive. They could have found his wife and then figured out another plan to, like, help save his daughter. So the whole killing people thing, or even trying to kill the judge, might have not happened if she was just being honest. And her whole excuse for doing all these things is because I love you. Because she loves Sweeney Todd. And he obviously does not love her back. But she just doesn't care, and she's doing everything in her power to, like, keep him. And that's really messed up. And also the Italian guy has this child worker. It's not his son. He got him from the workhouse, which is like where orphans go, and they, like, have to work really hard, and they die a lot of the time because of, like, all the unsafe conditions in the factories and stuff. Little history lesson. And so since they killed the Italian, she's like, okay, well, I'll keep the boy as a worker in my shop. And so she does, and he's working for her and everything's going fine, but then he starts to suspect Sweeney Todd, and she really doesn't like that because the boy feels like he needs to go to the police about him, like, killing people, because he suspects that he's doing really bad things, and she doesn't like that. So she actually betrays him and locks him into this room so that they can go and kill him later. And she basically betrays him, and she chooses Sweeney Todd over this innocent little boy that has been nothing but kind to her. And that's very, very wrong. It's really sad. So yeah, that's why I think Mrs. Lovett is the bigger villain in this movie than Sweeney Todd. Call me crazy, but that's how I feel like. I don't know if the directors or like the writers of this play movie thing intended for that to be like that, but that's just the way I think, so call me crazy. Anything interesting else? No, I think that's gonna be it. So anyways, I hope you're having a good day. Leave a comment if you have any concerns. I'm sorry if I'm saying a lot and anyways a lot. I know those kind of little habits kind of irritate people sometimes. So yeah, just leave a comment on stuff that I could improve, something you might want to see later on. And anyways, hope you're having a good day. Okay.